Hello everyone and welcome back to VJ's English Club. Pat Vincent here. Today we are going to get into one of the most important parts of the English language. This is the foundation for every sentence you'll ever say. So let's get started.
All right, to get us warmed up, I have a question for you. Think about it. In any sentence, what is the one type of word that you just can't live without? Apa jenis kata yang paling penting dalam setiap kalimat? You got it, it's nouns. Or as we say in Bahasa Indonesia, Kata Benda. Seriously, nouns are the building blocks, they're the heart of our sentences. And today, we are going to master them together.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll figure out what a noun actually is. Then, we'll look at all the different types, learn how to talk about more than one, and finally, how to show who owns something. By the end, you'll have a quick summary of your new skills. Ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's jump right into section 1. What exactly is a noun?
Before we dive in, let's get familiar with some of the key words we'll be using today. Listen to the pronunciation. Common noun, proper noun, countable, and plural. Knowing these will make everything much easier to understand.
So the big question, what is a noun? Well, it's pretty simple. A noun is just a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Dalam bahasa Indonesia, sebuah kata yang menamakan orang, tempat, benda, atau gagasan. Think about it. A person, like a teacher. A place, like our school. A thing, like a book. And it can even be an idea, something you can't touch, like happiness.
Great start! Now that we know what a noun is, let's move on to section 2 and sort them into their main types.
Whoa, okay, I know this chart looks like a lot of information, but don't worry about it. We're not going to rush. We're going to break it down one piece at a time. Nice and easy, I promise.
First up, let's compare common nouns and proper nouns. A common noun is a general name, like city. A proper noun is a specific name, like Jakarta. This is what we call Kata Benda umum and Kata Benda khusus. Now, here's the most important rule. A proper noun always starts with a capital letter. So teacher is common, but Pak Vincent is proper. See the difference?
All right, next, countable versus uncountable. This one is pretty logical. A countable noun is anything you can count. In Bahasa Indonesia, we say Kata Benda yang dapat dihitung. You know, 1 book, 2 books, 3 chairs. Easy. But uncountable nouns are things you can't count individually, like water, sugar, or everyone's favorite, nasi goreng. You don't say 2 nasi gorengs, right? You say a plate of nasi goreng.
What about things you can actually touch versus ideas that you can only feel? Well, that's the difference between a concrete noun and an abstract noun. A concrete noun, or benda konkret, is something real you can see, hear, or touch. You can see a table, you can smell a flower. But an abstract noun, benda abstract, is an idea or a feeling. You can't touch happiness or freedom, but you definitely know they're real.
And the last type for us today is the collective noun. This is just a single word that means a group of things. Sebuah kata untuk sekelompok hal. For example, a football team, your family, or a school committee. It's one word, but it represents many people together.
Fantastic work, everyone. So we know what nouns are, but what if there's more than one? How do we talk about that? Well, this brings us right to section 3, making nouns plural.
Let's go through the spelling rules. The general rule is super easy. You just add an S. 1 book becomes many books. Simple. Now, if a word ends in S, SH, CH, X, or Z, you need to add ES to make it sound right. Bus becomes buses. Next, pay attention to words ending in Y. If there's a consonant before the Y, you change it to IES. Baby becomes babies. But if there's a vowel before the Y, you just add S. Toy becomes toys. And finally, for some words ending in F or FE, you change that to V's. So 1 leaf on a tree becomes many leaves.
Now, just when you think you've got it, English loves to give us exceptions. These are special words that break the rules. We just have to memorize them. So let's look at these irregular plurals in section 4.
Here are some of the most common rule breakers. They don't add an S. Instead, the vowel sound inside the word changes. Listen carefully. 1 man, 2 men. 1 woman, 2 women. My foot, both of my feet. My tooth, all of my teeth. And even some animals. 1 goose, a group of geese. 1 mouse, 2 mice. These are ones you just have to practice and remember.
And then, believe it or not,
There are some really easy ones. These nouns don't change at all. 1 sheep, 100 sheep. 1 fish, a lot of fish. 1 deer, many deer. They stay the same. And then there is one very, very important one you must always remember. 1 child, 2 children. Never ever say childs. It's always children.
You are all doing so well. We are on the final step for today. How do we show that something belongs to someone? Let's find out in Section 5, Showing Ownership with Nouns. For just one person or thing, what we call a singular noun, the rule is simple. To show something belongs to them, you just add an apostrophe, then an S. So if the book belongs to the teacher, we say, the teacher's book. That means buku milik guru.
But wait, what if the noun is already plural and ends with an S, like students? It's actually even easier. You just add the apostrophe after the S, so the desks belonging to all the students are the students' desks, meja milik para siswa.
Okay, let's put them side by side to make this crystal clear. The teacher's book, see how the apostrophe comes before the S? That means one teacher. Now look at the students' desks. The apostrophe is after the S. That tells us there are many students. Where you put that tiny little apostrophe changes everything.
So what about our special irregular plurals like children? Well, since the word children doesn't end in an S, it just follows the first rule. We add an apostrophe, then an S. So the toys that belong to the children are the children's toys.
And that is it. You've made it all the way through the world of nouns. You now have a new English superpower. Let's do a very quick summary to lock it all in.
So let's remember the most important points. First, nouns are just names for people, places, things, and ideas. Second, they come in different types, like common and proper. Third, to make most nouns plural, we add an S, but always watch out for the spelling rules and those special irregular words. And finally, to show who owns something, we use S or S.
I want you to leave today with this thought. Nouns really are the building blocks of every single sentence. Your mission now is to practice. Look for them when you read, listen for them when you hear English, and use them every day. You all did amazing work today, and I am very proud of you. Pak Vincent percaya kalian semua bisa menguasai ini dengan sempurna. I'll see you all next time.